There we go. Here we are. Here we are. Oh my God. I have totally got to learn the words to that Bee Gees song. Because it's true. Here we are. You and me, we are here right now, today, March 27th, 10 a.m. Eastern. Here we are. Oh, Shanana, nice to see you. Nice to see you. It was fun. I was talking to Carla on our coaching yesterday, and she was talking about you and all sorts of good folks. Yay, Gen X with the J and the X and the heart. Good to see folks. Good to see folks. Now, I just came off of a ID Princess, Jelly Bee. Good to see you. I just was on YouTube Live for the past hour. No, do not, no apologies necessary. There's nothing that you should feel bad for right here. German Maid, Christine, nice to see you. Hawkeye 090, love it. Yeah, don't feel bad. Feel better. You're seeing me now. Here I am in a room full of strangers. Boston Sports Girl. There we go. And German Maid. So German Maid, can I ask you, who are you on the, did you chime in? Do I know, do you have a different name there on YouTube? It's so funny. We all have different personalities, right? We have different things. Okay, Kelly. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, see, Boston Sports Girl. And you're Kim, right? Yes, you can always go back and watch it on YouTube. Correct? You can. Good stuff. Good stuff, folks. Judy, good morning. Judy. I heard that he never said that. Who is that? Rock Hudson? No. Cary Grant. That's it. I think I learned that from the Flintstones or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I used to have a nom de plume, and it was Maud Betty. That was me for the longest time, like 15 years. And then I realized that it was just too much to explain, and so I got comfortable using my own name. And so I just show up as Beth from Destination Decluttered, who has an itchy nose. Maybe that means money's coming to me. So here we are on YouTube, on TikTok. TikTok for the next hour or so. Now, as I was leaving the YouTube Live, I was encouraging the folks on YouTube, who are also some of these turning this on today, is have me on in the background while you're doing something that's going to get you less cluttered. Okay? Let's use this hour to have you actually participate in the activity called decluttering. Because the best way to learn it and live it and learn where you get stuck is by doing it. So sometimes we can sit there and just learn and observe and get it, and yup, in theory it all works good. I say take it for a test drive. Take these ideas that I share with you out for a test drive. To try it on a closed track, right? Hey Mary, try it on a small area. Where is a small area of surface clutter? Let's just even start with the easy stuff. Could you do some surface decluttering while I'm just chatting here, keeping you company? You could. You can choose to if you want to, and you can choose not to. The choice is up to you. Now, surface clutter is one thing. I will offer for me, but your brain may vary, is I like quiet when I am going through stored clutter, and especially sentimental clutter. Because during stored and sentimental clutter, I like to hear the stories. I like to hear myself think. Now, I know some people, and especially people who identify with ADHD, might want some kind of chatter in the background while they're making decisions, because sometimes the positive chatter or just the inert chatter can create static so you don't hear the voice of your backseat driver saying you can't do that, that's hard, whatever. It may kind of create interference and kind of jumble up that. I get it. So if you want some quiet, maybe just turn me down a little bit, right? Because I want to be here for you. I am here for you when you get stuck. You know what to do up to a certain point, and then you stop. And then that stopping point is where I show up, and I'm like, hey, how can I help you get out of this rut? I'm like a sassy, tow truck driver that you need to call So I know you're in a rut. And then we say, ooh, how'd you get there? Okay, let's notice that, but let's get you out and then notice how you got in there. So the next time you're driving, you don't steer into the rut again. Does that sound like fun? Sounds like fun to me. If this wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be doing something else. I got some texts that just came in. I have a trip I might be planning, or somebody else even better. Somebody else is planning a trip that I just may tag along on. Love it. So, yeah. Are you decluttering? Do you not even know where to start? Just wherever your hand lays. If the thing that your hand get put on is, reach out your hand, put it on an item. If that isn't where it belongs, put it away, unless you're using it. Could you empty out the dishwasher? Yes, you could. Could you put some dishes in the dishwasher? Yes, you could. Could you wipe down your breakfast table? Yes, you could. Notice, could you? The answer is always yes. Whether you choose to or not is totally up to you. And I'm not going to force you or convince you or shame you. No. You've got to want to do it for yourself, and that's part of it. Good morning, Heidi D. Nice to see you. Sisters are doing it for themselves. I'm not doing this for anybody else but me. I want a kitchen table that doesn't have the sticky stuff on it from last night when I was eating chicken fingers and dropped some duck sauce and I didn't wipe it down. I want to be able to easily find my stuff, so I'm going to put it away and be mindful of where I put it away and label it and write myself a reminder of where I put it so I don't misplace stuff. Okay? So I am here to just encourage you, literally for the next 53 minutes. I show up with solutions to your clutter problems, with tools that I share with you to build your own toolkit so you know how to get yourself out of a rut without having to rely on somebody else. Jelly Bee says, what's a good nighttime routine for decluttering? Like wiping off the kitchen table, etc.? Sure, write that down. Notice your brain is giving you the answers before I even can answer the question. Your brain has all the answers. So I would say this, Jelly Bee. Pause and ask yourself, when I wake up in the morning, how do I want the house to look? Maybe even just one room. What do I want the kitchen to look like when I wake up in the morning and I turn on the kitchen light and I look around? What will make me feel good? Ask yourself that question and write down your answers, because everybody here has a little bit of a different answer. Now, we could probably all agree on a certain amount of possibly, cleanliness, a wiped down surface, maybe no dishes in the sink, maybe dishes in the sink instead of on the counter. Maybe it smells fresh because you took the trash out. Maybe it sounds good because you swept up the sand and the crunchy cornflakes from the floor. So this is another thing I share with you. I share with you questions to ask yourself. I can give you some suggestions to kind of get, to turn on the faucet to get your ideas flowing, but I want you to learn to listen to yourself and the self that gives the answers that are encouraging. And I also want you to learn to quiet down the backseat driver. Yeah, no, this is fun because Judy and I have been meeting on these YouTube and TikTok lives and the decluttering parties, of which we have 2 coming up this weekend. And Judy says, straightening up the kitchen and living room before I go to bed has been a game changer for me. Now, Judy has an idea in her head, in her brain, of what a straightened up living room looks like. I have an idea of what a straightened up living room looks like to me, and a straightened up kitchen. She may not have written it down, but in her mind's eye, she has a picture, maybe, of what that room looks like, and then she compares it to what it looks like now. Now, typically for me, one of the things I do in our living room, so I'll offer this as just an idea, is the way our couch is made and situated. It is more comfortable when my husband and I sit there to watch TV that we both put a pillow under our head and it rests against the wall, because we have a low 50s couch. So it looks cool, but it's not necessarily comfortable. And oftentimes after we watch TV, I go right to bed and he goes and stays up for hours. So when I look in my living room, I like it better when I take the time to take those 2 orange pillows down and I fluff them up and I put them behind the other ones and I kind of redo the pillows. That makes me feel good. That is one of the definitions. That's one of the list actions, verbs that I could do to make the living room feel better. Verb, that's what's happening, right? What verbs can you verb today to make that room feel better? Let's play Mad Libs. I'm going to verb the noun today. What noun are you going to verb today? Right? I'm going to wipe down, verb, the kitchen table, because a noun is a person, place, or thing. Have fun with it. I'm going to sweep the floor. I'm going to wash the dish. Chop the tree, skip the rope, look at me. All together now, all together now, all together now, all together now. What verbs are you going to use? Use them in a sentence today. So, have some fun and get it done. Okay, Bluefin Kim. See, isn't that funny? I'm so happy to see you on this platform. I've missed you. Now, here's the funny thing. I haven't gone away. I'm just on a different channel. I've been showing up regularly for the past month or so on YouTube, and it's been wicked fun. Okay? And Bluefin Kim, I want to offer to you that you also can know when I'm going to show up then, and you can follow me there. So just because I'm not on TikTok does not mean I've disappeared entirely from the universe. I have simply, my TV show is being played on channel 56 as opposed to channel 2, right? Yeah. Now, Lisa Pet Care Expert says, I love that show, Sesame Street. Now, I loved Sesame Street myself, but a noun is a person, place, or thing, and verb, that's what's happening, was actually Schoolhouse Rock. Brought to you by Nabisco. For me, when I was growing up, it was on ABC Channel 5 on Saturday mornings. I took a jump to the drugstore record machine. Moldy oldies were playing, if you knew what I mean. There was Chubby Checker, he was doing the twist, and the Beatles and the Monkees, they both like this. So I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. I used to seriously love those so much. Yeah, you're welcome. I used to love those so much that when they came out on VHS tapes, I bought the set of them. Because this was prior to YouTube, when you couldn't listen to them. Yeah. There was, and here's an interesting thing to think of, is, what is it? You've got a noun as a person, place, or thing, verb, that's what's happening, adjectives. I describe them with adjectives. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Conjunction, junction. I want you to think of and instead of or. I could do this or that. I could work or I could declutter. No, I can work and I can do some decluttering. So think of that. Also, interjection, so excitement and emotion. Something with an explanation or with a feeling not as strong. So when I'm happy, hooray, or sad, So what interjections does your home make you say? Do you walk into your kitchen and go, hooray? Or do you walk into your kitchen and go, ugh? Now, I love it. Ollie, 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 get your adverbs here. Right, Barbara? Yeah. Are you going to do it slowly? Are you going to do it quickly? Yeah, this is where I learned those things. Now, I love it because Kara knew where to find me, and I am reliable. I show up where I tell you I'm going to be. It's not like hide and go seek. I'm not hidden. There's a schedule on the page for the people on the mailing list. And if you're not on the mailing list, just get on the freaking mailing list, people. It's that easy, okay? So, Kara says, I'm on hour number 2 with Beth, and I have 2 bags for Savers, which is a place she donates stuff, and I'm dressed. And she just came back from 10 days in Los Angeles. She came back to New England. So that is no small thing for her to be dressed with 2 bags for Savers. Rock on. Rock on. This is something, too, that I was thinking of today when I was on my morning walk, is the earlier you start something, the easier it is to get to your destination because you have more time to do it in. So for example, I went for a morning walk today. Now, yesterday, the way my schedule was, I was not able to get out and get a morning walk easy. My legs were also killing me. So I did not walk. I did not start a walk until later in the day. And if I wanted to get to like a 10,000 step destination, I was going to have to walk a lot more in a shorter amount of time to reach that. What I decided to do, though, was to let myself off the hook and say, today is not a day that I'm going to get 10,000 steps. AC Wild, nice to see you. So start right now. Start something right now that's going to get you feeling less cluttered when I sign off in about 45 minutes. Okay? Use that chunk of time where you've got the buddy system or body doubling, you've got access to an expert, you've got camaraderie, you've got encouragement, you've got so many things going for you right now. What's stopping you from getting up and doing some decluttering? Now, I don't say this as a like rhetorical question, just like whatever, but ask yourself, what's stopping me? Well, actually, technically, you would be saying what's stopping you, not what's stopping me. But you ask yourself, what's stopping me from just getting up and puttering and decluttering, as I like to say? Okay? And listen for your answer, because there is knowledge in that. Now, Lisa, Pet Care Expert, says, sometimes I'm so tired. But notice, you put the sometimes in there. Sometimes I'm so tired. Are you tired right now? If you're tired right now, again, this is not the shame game. No, this is not the match game. This is not the shame game. I'm not going to shame you. If you're tired, please rest. Sometimes I'm tired, but not all the times I'm tired. So am I tired right now? Even if I'm not 100% jumping out of bed, bouncing around, do I have 3/4 of a tank of gas in my car? Yeah. How many days I feel unmotivated with no energy? Okay. How many days? Okay, many days. And notice, Lisa and Kim, your brain and your words are offering that the tired and unmotivated and no energy does happen sometimes, yes. 100%, yes. But not all the time. Many days I feel unmotivated with no energy. Sometimes I'm so tired, but not all the time. So check in with yourself today. Today, could you get motivated to do something, even just with surface clutter? Getting in the habit of maintaining your surfaces can make you feel good, and it might give you the muscle to start with the stored clutter at some point, right? Okay, so today, how is your physical health? Are you physically feeling a little bit awake? Do you have some gas in your tank? Mentally, neurologically, like energetically, how are you feeling? And if you're not feeling good right now, that's what you start with. You start with something that's going to make you feel better, that's going to give you energy, that's going to re-regulate your nervous system so you feel better. Now, AC Wild, you're saying self-worth is my biggest obstacle? Okay, think of it. There's a big obstacle, self-worth and lack of self-worth. Okay. I fix cars to get a boost. Awesome. So how else can you boost your self-worth? How else? Maybe it's not as big of an obstacle. What can you do to make yourself feel better? Yourself. That yourself is worthy of what? What's the self-worth? Is it a dollar amount? Are you worthy? What are you not? What is your lack telling you you're not worthy of? Yeah. And I love it. Lisa, this is your co-pilot instead of your backseat driver. Well, maybe something small. Maybe something small. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Try something small. See how it goes. If it's too much, chunk it down even more. Yeah. Ocean Anna's offering drink some water to hydrate. That might make you feel better. Now, I love it. Laura Gibbon Voorhees says, hey, Beth, hey, just finished a walk with a friend. Awesome. And now I'm taking you with me to clean under the bed. I love it. I will happily keep you company under the bed. I may sneeze because of the dust bunnies, or in my house, dust buffalo, because I rarely dust, right? You know? And Abbott Elementary says yes. So wiped after a trip and house guest for 8 days, but doing easy stuff with breaks feels good. Yes, doing something easy and taking breaks. Okay, Jade says sometimes, not all the times. Notice the difference between all the times and sometimes. Sometimes I feel more unmotivated when I'm by myself as opposed to when somebody else is home. Yeah. Now, in the ADHD and life coaching biz, we call this body doubling. It's something that sometimes for some people, it feels easier to declutter when somebody else is around them. Now, here's something you can experiment with. Experiment with, Jade. Does somebody else actually have to physically be in the home? Or how about this? How about we all keep you company? Does that give you kind of that same feeling of not being alone while you're doing it? Okay. Yeah. So experiment. Okay. All right. Now, Ocean Anna saying, love yourself. Laura Gibbon Voorhees has dust dinosaurs, so we don't have to worry about the buffalo, the dusty buffalo. Now, AC Wild says, my family profoundly dislikes me. Ooh, notice the inclusion of profoundly dislikes me. Yet, I serve that grief rather than believing in my own good. Okay, notice your participation in this process. You can't change how your family feels, but you can change how you react to how you think your family feels. Notice you are serving that grief, and what you serve food to will grow stronger. Stop feeding the grief, starve the grief, wean off the grief, and start feeding the belief in your own good. It is a process, but it's a process worth starting and keeping up with. Okay? AC Wild, you can do it. We're all here to encourage everybody. Yes. Now, love yourself is great, but it can be an abstract concept. Getting specific on those things to build your own self-worth. Nobody can build you up without your participation, so participate in it. GGX 2000 cleaned out 2 pantries yesterday. Wasn't planned, but I opened them now and it feels so good. Okay? Yay. Notice the Chuck Mangione. It feels so good. And Laura Gibbon Voorhees is saying, y'all are definitely body doubles for me, and I sincerely appreciate it. Yep, Karen is suggesting positive affirmations, 100%. Yeah. Check in with yourself all the time. Hey, self, how's it going? Yesterday I had a headache, but today I'm feeling okay. Yay for not having a headache today. Today, you know what? I gotta go to the bathroom. I just realized I gotta sit up straight. That's gonna feel better. You know what make me feel good is stretching. Anybody? Get your body moving. You know? Shake it off. Like Taylor Swift would say. I feel like I look like Grover. You know? Move your body around. Shake your body down to the ground. Dissipate that negative energy. Shake it off. Let it flow out of your fingers and flick it away. You know? Get your body moving, breathe, hydrate, chunk down, and quiet down the unhelpful voices that keep you stuck. That is part of the process, and it is something you got to learn and practice all the time. All right. So Bluefin Kim says that was great advice. Good. Here, take my advice. Use it. It is now your thing to do something with. Do something with all this good stuff I'm sharing. Don't just let it sit there and then dissipate into the ether. Harness it, keep it, write it down. And now I've got like Boys to Men going through my head. Now, Babetta Media says, today I plan to get some decluttering done. I dropped off a bag to Goodwill. It was sitting there for 4 weeks. Awesome for dropping off the bag to Goodwill. Yay, that was in the past. Now, here's the thing, Babetta. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I plan to get some decluttering done. Good plan. Let's go one layer deeper. What are some specifics you are thinking of doing today? You can write them in the comments. I would much rather have you write them down to yourself. What are some specific things that you could verb a noun? I'm going to go through a drawer in my bureau. I'm going to put the clean dishes away. I'm going to getting specifics. There we go. Okay, I will clear the clothes in my room. Love it. Go one step, chunk it down too. Chunk it down. Your room is probably pretty big and you could have a lot of things. What are some units of measure in your room? Where are your clothes? A unit of measure could be a closet. It could be a bureau. It could be the side, what do I want to say? Like when we throw our clothes on a chair, you know? Yeah. Now, Soaring Butterfly says, will this be on your YouTube channel? It will. I am downloading these and uploading them to the recordings. See, notice, Dibabetta, we're getting the more specific and the chunking it down. I will clear the chair. Now, I didn't know you put your clothes on the chair, but many of us have put the clothes on the chair. This is why I did not put a chair in our bedroom, because I knew we weren't going to sit in it. We were just going to throw the clothes over the top of it. So notice the difference, everybody, between today I plan to get some decluttering done to I will clear the clothes off of the chair in my bedroom. Okay? So Digbabetta, the clothes that are on your chair are probably clothes that are clean or half dirty. So when they leave so this is just thinking of the next step. When they get up, when you remove them from even just one piece of clothing from the chair, where's it going to go? Now I can think of 3 places, 3.5, 4. You might immediately put it into a Goodwill bag. You might hang it up or put it in your bureau. You might put it in the laundry, or this happens to a lot of us, myself included. We have clothes that are not so dirty that they need cleaning. They're kind of in limbo. I might wear that again. What I love, and I've got it right here, I'll just show you, is I have hooks on the back. I have hooks on every single back of the doors in every single room in this house where you can't see it when you look in, but that's where I hang the clothes that I wear a second time, and I do wear them. You know? There we go. Debbie's going to do the clothes on the exercise bike. Love it. Love it. Yeah, notice we all have a habit of throwing some clothes somewhere, and we usually throw them there at a certain point. I often take off my clothes and get in my pajamas either in the bathroom or next to my bed. So occasionally there will be socks and underpants and yoga pants on the side of my bed. But it's only there for about not even 24 hours, because then I get up in the morning and I throw on the same clothes that I was wearing yesterday. So when I go out and walk, and then I come home and then I take a shower. Yeah. Now, oh my gosh, yeah, multi-hooks on the back of every door. Okay. Notice that is a wonderful limbo place to hang the stuff so you can wear it again. Look at the doors you have in your house today. Notice that when they are open, nobody sees what's on the back. The only time you see the back is when that door is closed. And typically in many rooms in your house, you or your significant others are the only people who see the back of a door. This is like a thing that I picked up back in the day from being a visual merchandiser. Okay? Now I love these specifics. See, we got the specifics balls rolling. Nana Joe is cleaning her microwave. Rock on. Notice, we're getting up. We're moving. We're not just sitting here letting it wash over us. No, we are actively participating in the transformation of our own homes. All right? Now Leslie's got some clean clothes on the sofa. Okay, where do those clean clothes go? Okay, now Strength and Peace. Help me out with this. Let me better understand. I have those hooks, but I want to get rid of them because it's starting to bother me. What is the it's that is starting to bother you? Okay. Now Leslie's going to put her clothes from the sofa into the drawers. If you don't have enough room in your drawers for those clean clothes, notice before you start to put away the clean clothes that are on the sofa, notice the clothes that are already existing in there and ask yourself why they are there. When is the last time you wore some of those? Because they may be taking up valuable real estate that makes it more difficult for you to find a home for the clothes you actually are wearing. Okay? It may not be a problem at all. I'm just offering that. Okay. that there is always something on every door since there is stuff everywhere. Okay, so here's the thing. Don't blame the hooks, blame your habits. Okay? Always. And listen to the dramatic language you're using. And I say this with love. Notice the declarative words you are using. There is always something on every door. There is stuff everywhere. It is all getting to me. It's kind of dramatic. Okay? When we're in that backseat driver mode and in that, what's the word, emotional, we tend to use very dramatic language. But the dramatic language can be calmed down. I get that it's all getting to you. It's a certain level of overwhelm and it's all getting to you. We're going to chunk it down. Okay? Let me help you with this. Okay. Pam Z is asking, how do you follow me? Go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com. Sign up for the mailing list. It's the best way to do it. Okay? So everybody, many of you who have hung out with me before here, my name is Beth, Decluttering Life Coach, Destination Decluttered, talking about all the downs. Okay? If you're overwhelmed, think of it, overwhelmed, all of it is overwhelming. We're going to chunk it down. We're going to breathe down. We're going to sit down. We're going to calm down. We're going to slow down. We're going to quiet down. All right? Strength and peace. Let's give you some mental peace. Okay? Sit down, quiet down, slow down. I'm here with you. We're going to slow this down. We're going to chunk it down. Okay? So, what I want you to do, yes, okay, it is dramatic, but we've been through some rough stuff lately, right? But the drama can keep you stuck. Okay, I'm trying to give you some tools. And one of the things is learning to regulate your nervous system. Because when you are being dramatic, and I'm not signaling, when we are being dramatic, we can also be stuck because we see things not as how they are, but how they feel. It feels too big. Okay, Pam, destinationdecluttered.com. There's actually a link to it on my little homepage here on TikTok, okay? Okay, good. Karen is saying, I feel like you're talking exactly. Dealing with some awful things the past few years. Okay, I get it. You and I, right now, today, pick one room in your house. Go to one room in your house. Can you carry me along? Pick one room in your house where you have hooks on the back of a door. And let me know when you get there and what room that is. If you want my help. If you don't, no big deal. But I will let you know what I'm going to say. Is, yes, you may have hooks on the back of your doors. Yes. But you have a finite number of items on that. Okay, good. Yay. I'm glad you want to help. I'm glad you're willing to play along at home with me. Okay? Because this is not just helping you, it's helping everybody. Notice how you are not stuck now. You are walking towards a room that has a hook on the back door. Okay? You're here. Okay, what room are you in? And this is just specifics, help get you out of dramatic mindset. It's all over the place. It's the entire house versus I'm in my bedroom. Love it. Now, taking a look at the stuff on the back hook of your thing, do you have a place that you could temporarily just take those things off? Maybe the bed or something? Cool. She does. So this is what I want to offer to you is don't just take everything and pile it on the bed. I want you to start to pay attention to what you hung up there and why you hung it up there, and also kind of what category it belongs to. Now, I'll share with you the things that are hanging on the back door of my bedroom, okay? I have my bathrobe. I have probably some clothes that were things that I thought I might wear again, and because I wear hoodies all the time, I'm going to bet that there's a bunch of hoodies. I'm pretty sure that there's a pair of my husband's like sweatpants, and there may be a towel. Okay, so towel. Okay, so you hung it up there probably to let it dry because you probably, okay. So notice the towel is temporarily there and you can put it in the bathroom. Notice what you're doing. You are no longer stuck. You are making something better that was bugging you. Okay, now you could do this one at a time. Okay, dress. I'm going to wash it. Put it in the laundry. Look at you go. Look at you go. Everybody, look at Strength and Peace. Moments ago, she was overwhelmed and stuck and saying, I can't, all the stuff. Chunking it down. I can take this towel and bring it back to the bathroom. This dress, it needs to be washed. I'm going to put it in the laundry. Now, something else too that I will offer to you to be a working smarter, not harder. Okay, and people are giving you high fives and stuff. Baseball hat goes in the closet. Here's a tip for everybody to work smarter, not harder. When you are going through things like this, notice how Strength and Peace is going through things piecemeal, one at a time. That's totally fine. However, what can also be good too is if you learn the categories of things. Like instead of having, let's say you notice you have 5 towels, instead of making 5 different trips to the bathroom, you can pile your towels up and then take one trip and bring them all to there. When you start to notice the categories of items that you are in the habit of hanging up, then you can do something with that category. You know, Debbie is giving you high fives and she's driving. So hold on to the steering wheel, but she's giving you a mental high five, okay? Yes, that is a good idea. I'm filled with good ideas, as I often tell my husband. Okay? So yes, categories. You know, notice I had a bunch of clothes, and like the closet, you know, is typically stuff that I'm going to wear. And then if I wear them and it's no longer on there, it's on my body. But sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to throw it in the laundry. Okay? You got this, my dear. You got this. So this is what I want to offer too. When you walk into another room, and this is funny because people have doing that severance thing about like ADHD people walk into another room and forgot why they're there. Keep focused on your goal is not necessarily to create an empty closet, an empty bunch of hooks on the back of your door, but it's so you feel better about what you do have remaining there. Okay, so your destination, where's my little destination-y thing right here? You're starting here, and your destination is to put things back where they belong. Okay? And feel better about what you use those hooks on the back of the door for. Okay? So don't get distracted by other things in other rooms right now. Focus on doing just what you're doing right now with everything on those hooks. It's a finite number of things that are hanging there because there you have a finite number of hooks and only a certain amount of things can hang out there. If you get stuck, there we go. Okay, now the door is clear and I'm taking the hooks off now. Okay, notice that. No, you could do that, but you could also be mindful of what you use those hooks for because those hooks can be valuable. When you have a wet towel in your bedroom, where are you going to put it? Like it's okay to have an in-between space. I just want to offer that. If you feel better taking them down to break yourself of the habit, then do that. But notice that you're going to also now need to practice putting those things immediately back where they belong. To me, it's okay to have a limbo space, but you need to go through it, but it will help you to go through it to have it be temporary on the way to where it goes. Okay? Just offering you that. Okay? I'll have to put it in the bathroom. Okay. So yeah, maybe that's where you hang your towels while they dry out. You know? Play around with this stuff. Play around with this. Now here's a cool thing. Other people who are doing decluttering, as we're talking, Laura Gibbon Voorhees was under the bed. She says, the dust dinos weren't as bad as I thought. Notice, we think something's going to be bad, so we are hesitant to do it. You get there, oh, wasn't it bad? I suspect Daniel, the cat, cleaned some by skulking under. Yes, kitties can help you with the dust bunnies. Yes. Now, Oceanana was cleaning out her freezer. Her freezer is done, and she found frozen bananas, and she's going to make some banana bread. Okay? Now, Karen is saying, how do you pare down when you have too much of one particular item? Easy peasy. Well, not easy peasy. It's not as difficult as you think. What you do is you get together that quantity of particular items. So, Karen, notice how we can talk in abstract concepts. I want to, okay, if you're sick of being it on the door, go for it. Okay, Strength and Peace. What you did right now, you can lather, rinse, repeat that. a lot of places. Putting things not where they are now, but where you would rather have them be. Okay? That's a great tool in your toolkit. I'm glad this helped for the time you were here. Rock on. So, Karen, you are being very general as we all start. We start broad and we get specific. How do you pare down when you have too much of any one particular item? What's the item in your head that you're thinking of? The Great Karnak. What's the item that you're thinking of when you're asking me this question? What's the particular item? Okay. Plant pots. Okay, love it. And Kara's right above you, and Kara is a plant person too. And Kara has 3 bags for Saver. She's got 3 bags full. One for the money and one for the dame, and donating an Amazon thing that I can't return. Love it. And a bag of books, plus another guy. Awesome, Kara. Awesome. Notice, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. That's why I try to get you in gear and get you moving through this process, because sitting there just doesn't. Okay, Oceanana went from the freezer, now she's on to the vegetable drawer, or the draw, as we like to say up in in Massachusetts and New England. Okay, so Karen has plant pots. So you have a feeling that you have too many plant pots. So what I would recommend, and this is where I say, don't get all of your plant pots together as best you can. And I want you to think of the extremes on this, okay? I want you to pick out your favorites. That's a category. The ones you love the most, that you look at and you're like, ooh, I love that pot. And then I want you to think of the ones that you don't like at all. Ugh, I don't like that one. Ugh, whatever it is about it, I don't like. Okay? Yeah. Kara, who's a plant person, who's like, too many plant pots. Where are you? I'll come get them. Right? Look at the extremes. What are your favorites? The ones that go, yay. Remember we were talking about, not verbs. What is it? Not describe them with adjectives. Interjections, show excitement and emotion. The ones that make you go, hooray! And the ones that make you go, ugh. Right? Those are 2 extremes. You've got the green light, which ones make you say yay. And notice how it feels when you look at certain things. How does it feel? Does it feel like yay and a green heart and you're leaning in and you love them and you want to hug them and kiss them and call them George? Or is it a red light, a stop sign? And you're like, yuck, don't want it, stop, bleh. Or is it in between? You're going to have all 3. Every one of us is all 3. You have stuff in your house that you love, you have stuff that you hate, and there's stuff that's kind of meh. Those are 3 categories. Those are 3 categories. So start with that and let me know how it goes. What you're going to notice is you're going to want to keep the stuff you love. Yay for love. You're going to want to eliminate the ones you don't love. And then the ones in the middle, you're going to have another conversation with. And I may be talking specifically to Karen about plant pots, but anybody here can substitute the noun of plant pots and something else. Okay? Now, what I want to offer to you is, depending upon the kind of plant person you are, you may... Yeah, there we go. Barbara says, add Bob Dylan, tell me how does it feel to the playlist? Maybe. I'm not a big fan of Bob in his voice, but I might think of it. So thank you for the idea. Yes, like a Rolling Stone. Couple of thoughts that might be in somebody's head. Karen with the plant pots, somebody with something else, that you have the visceral reaction of I don't want it, and yet you're still hanging on to it. That's something that's kind of in that yellow, should I stay or should I go motion. And the 3 colors I'm choosing are the colors of the traffic lights outside, okay? Green is moving forward, red is stop, and yellow is in between, okay? So the in-between ones, let's get curious about them. If your body is saying and your eyes are saying, nope, I don't like it, then your brain, your backseat driver says, but, conjunction, junction, but, I know you don't like it, but, and then there's a fearful thought behind that but, right? But I paid good money for that. But I might use it someday. But what if I need a pot and I gave it away and then I need one and then I have to go buy one again? So notice where money might come into your thoughts. Just notice, what are the thoughts that are stopping you from making it easy to just get rid of the stuff that you don't like? And it's going to be a thought. Okay, that is where I'm stuck. See, I thought it might be. Hey, Lori Hannah, still prepping for the estate sale? Slow, but progress is being made. Ain't nothing wrong with slow, people. Low and slow. Don't people like it when things are slow braised and slow cooked? That's all tender. That's the good stuff. Progress is being made. Rock on, and nice to hear from you. Thanks for chiming in. Okay, so Karen, this is where you want to, and maybe take a tip from Kara or just in general. If you have empty plant pots, what is your plant plan for the upcoming plant season? Where do you want to have plants? Notice the specifics. Where do you want to place a plant? What kind of plant do you want to have where? Now, when I say this, I am picturing my patio. Now, I am a black thumb. I don't do well with plants. We have one plant in the house, and it's a tree, and between my husband and I, we're keeping it alive somehow. But what I want to offer is getting specific. Use the plant pots you love first. Put your favorite plants in your favorite pots. See how that looks. Then, do I want to add any more plants to that room? Listen to what your body says. Listen to what your heart says. Listen to your heart. If I do, what plant pots that are remaining do I want to use? Get it so your plant situation looks and feels like you want it to, and notice what's left over. And know that when you are getting rid of a plant pot, you're really, unless you truly throw it in the trash or the recycles, you're not really giving it away and losing it. What you're saying is, I have the right amount for me, and I'm going to put this out where somebody else who can use it can access it. You're sharing your abundance. Notice the difference between losing something. I had it and now it's gone and I have lack, versus I have enough and I'm going to share my abundance of plant pots with people. I have enough for me. Yeah. We tend to think we are in lack when we're in overabundance. When we're in abundance, there's a wire crossed that you have too many, and yet it's still, you feel in lack. So we are recalibrating that. I feel like I'm dancing on what do you call it? Sound of Music, right? You have more than enough. You said, what do you do when you have too many? You pick out your favorites. You say, this is enough for me. I feel good with what I have. I feel good with this amount, this quantity and quality. And those other ones, I'm going to share with somebody else. Yeah. Kara says plastic, terracotta, outside. Put them on a buy nothing group and local garden people will be happy to get them. Mama Kimbo says, I do a free pile at the end of my driveway and post it in my neighborhood Facebook. Yeah. And notice, if you like the feeling, I have enough for me, write it down. Write it down and bring that with you on a Post-it note and stick it everywhere that you have stuff that you have too many of, but you're afraid to let go of. Yes, I used to love doing a free pile at the end of my driveway or just putting stuff outside with the free sign. I have very little to do that with anymore because I'm also not actively acquiring things like I used to. But man, did I love looking outside to say, oh, this stuff is gone. That means somebody got it. Somebody else wanted it. Even though I didn't want it, doesn't mean nobody doesn't want it, This is also helping me get some boxes empty over here because I've got these blue boxes over here that I'm pretty sure my sister's going to like. So I'm trying to condense down my stuff to free up some of the blue boxes so I can bring them up to my sister. Because I don't want the quantity I don't want the quality. I don't want the quantity that I have at this point. And I know she would want the blue ones. Yeah, and happy feels good. Yeah, and feeling good is one of the reasons we're doing this. When we help ourselves to get to that feeling good, that right level of plant pot number, and also knowing that we're helping other people with our abundance. Okay? And now notice Karen is so excited to do this, I'm motivated. Okay? Yeah, and when you know more about what you like, you can be picky. I know myself. Kara says I'm picky about plots, now only white, mid-century modern, or terracotta, with a few exceptions. Yeah, you're going to get to know you, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, right? You're going to get to know you, what you like and what you don't like. And you'll keep what you like and you'll love it up and call it George, and you're not even going to let the stuff you don't like into your house or your life. Yeah. Now, I love this. Melissa, this has happened to me, right? I was in a manager's meeting all day yesterday. Been there, done that. No thanks. Was super close to my favorite thrift store. So, of course, so proud of myself because I went in and I bought nothing. Yeah. Somebody's at the front door. I think it's my husband. I bought nothing. That can feel good too. You know? That can feel good. It used to feel good to buy stuff. Now it can feel good to be like, I'm good with what I have. I love that feeling. I used to go through, I don't even go into thrift stores anymore because I am happy with what I have, and I could probably decrease it, by about 10% if I wanted to. But what a lovely feeling. Instead of too much or too little, it's just right. It's just like eating. You're not starving. You're not stuffed. You're just right. You're Goldilocks. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Feeling just right, balanced, in alignment. Good with what you have means you're also not looking for stuff you don't have. Notice when you're out of whack, those things can get wacky. Kara is saying plants are about the only thing I care about acquiring nowadays. I had to go through the journey to realize that I love plant pots because they are bright, shiny colors. The plants I could really care less about. So I finally replaced some plants in my planters with fake plants, fake trees that I put out on my little patio, and they work perfect for me. And I'm not afraid of being judged by my plant friends. And it feels so good to be out there and not worrying about if I'm killing a plant or not. That's me. Kara loves plants. I have plastic ones. You know, we both live happily with things that make us feel good. I don't judge her. She does just as me. We just live and let live. But notice on either extreme, when you buy into the extreme of I'm starving or I'm stuffed, it can feel off. Yeah, Karen says handmade pottery too will be next. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, notice the things you like. Now, I like going to garden centers during the springtime. I like walking around and seeing the stuff and smelling them and the chlorophyll and the sun and seeing the things. But I know myself now that once those plants leave the greenhouse, I am not a good plant parent because I travel a lot, because I get distracted with other things and I forget to water them and then I feel bad. So I'm okay with that. I love who I am, and I'm not feeling bad because I'm not something else. I'm not a plant person, right? I'm not a pickleball player. I am cool with who I am, and I'm cool with who I'm not. I'm just right, and it feels so good. Reunited, and it feels so good, right? Right? So we got about 6 minutes left. There we go. Kara's building a garden bed, so she's a wicked good bargain plant shopper. Yeah, she's going to the bargain plant shop, right? And I will say, I don't know what state you're in, Karen, but if you want to share that, maybe, who knows? You could live right next to Kara and you have no idea. You know? Yeah. So, how do I want to use these next 6 minutes? I want you to leave in 6 minutes when I sign off. I don't want you to just stop thinking about this stuff. Okay? I want you to realize that you have control over, not everything, but you have control over a lot more than you think you do. Notice how you can go into a shop and not buy something. Okay, Kara, and Karen. There we go. Now, Sarah and Jana are trying to stay away from the Joann Fabrics going out of business. Notice two things: fear and money. Fear and money are making there be tension between you going into Joann's and not going into Joann's, right? The fear of not being able to get something easily. Oh my God, I'll never be able to get yarn again. Where am I going to buy fabric? What am I going to do? Where am I going to get that thing? The fear of lack, the fear of not having. Okay, and Sarah is catching herself on this. Like, I haven't sewn in a year. What am I doing? But the fear of lack and the attraction of getting a bargain, that isn't really a bargain. It's not a bargain if you weren't planning on buying it in the first place. Okay, so don't let Frugal Fanny, was at the Christmas tree shop. It's not a bargain if you weren't planning on intentionally buying it anyway. You know? Yoli says, I wasn't planning on decluttering today, but I just got started. Thank you. You're welcome, but thank you. You're the one who got your body moving. Yeah, how can I possibly pass up the dopamine from an 80% off sale? You know what? You imagine yourself walking into your house and adding it to your pile of things that were 80% off. Notice that you can change the dopamine. How about, buying things? Now, here's the difference. If the thing you're going to buy fulfills a specific lack and need that you have right now, that can be wonderful dopamine. But you're going to get a dopamine crash when you go home with something that you didn't need and it's adding to your clutter. Yes, and Kara is offering on the other end of the spectrum, there's lots of dopamine when you drop stuff off. Right? Here's something I want to offer to you guys. If you get dopamine by getting stuff on sale, and especially non-perishable groceries, if you love being a couponer and stuff like that, and you don't need all the food and it's piling up in your house, get the dopamine from doing that buying and go directly to a food pantry and drop them off. So notice there can be an 80% off. Oh, ta-da, I got a sale. And then it's like, okay, now what do I do with this shit? It's just adding to my clutter. So think about what happens when the dopamine wears off. Okay? Sorry, TikTok's making me do a thing here. And I've got like 3 minutes. Look past the dopamine peak and where are you going to be when the dopamine wears off? That might stop you from going in at all. Now, if you seriously need something to finish a project that you do not have access to any of that stuff right now, then go into it. The neat thing is I went into Joann's the other day. I used to go into Joann's a lot. And they would give off these coupons and whatever. I went into one the other day because I needed pillow inserts, but they didn't have what I was looking for. And I looked around and it was a wonderful feeling of balance to be like, you know what? I don't need any of this stuff. I used to go in and see like their seasonal items, their bright, colorful stuff for summer. Do I need any more of this stuff? No, I'm good with what I have. And that kind of constant feels so much better than an inadvertent peak and crash of dopamine. Okay? Yes, we also get dopamine telling friends, I got this at X% off. Yeah. Don't we, we want to share off. Look at how smart I am. I didn't pay a lot for this muffler. Right? Yeah, I miss wandering around in a cinnamon-scented place. Lol, I guess Michael's can do that. Yeah, get yourself some cinnamon. Get some cinnamon oils. Rub it on yourself and walk around your own house. Make your house smell good. Okay, now Laura is in the looks worse before it looks better stage, but I know it will be great after I rest a bit. Yes, and it will be easier for you when you get away from it to come back and finish that up. So notice that there are places that make us feel good for a certain amount, but not everything's going to be around. And no matter how, I remember when the Woolworths in my little town closed my senior year of high school, I think. I used to love it. And I tried to recreate that feeling of being a little kid in Woolworths. But there are other ways you can feel good. And I offer that accumulating things felt good at a certain time, but if it's piling up too much, that doesn't feel good. So you can declutter and feel good as well. Yes. All right. Now it's 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to sign off. Those of you who just are meeting me right now on TikTok for the first time, wicked quick. My name is Beth, Decluttering Life Coach. Doing TikTok lives from now until the next Thursday, then I might be going silent again. If you like what I'm doing, I do this pretty much every day on YouTube as well. Destination Decluttered, past tense. Destination Decluttered, all one word. DestinationDecluttered.com is my website. The best way you can know when I'm going to be doing a live is to sign up for my mailing list, and you get access to the schedule. Okay? Strength and peace. I'm glad you're back in. You can do this. I'm here to help. Okay? Find out when I'm on next time, which would be tomorrow, and I can help you further, but know that you can change what's bugging you. Okay? Now I'm going to go sign off and see what's going on outside these walls. All right?